Hey, I'm Randy and I'm the Cheap Audio Man. Here at the Cheap Audio Man, we don't feel like hi-fi equipment, speakers, amps, DACs, receivers, turntables should cost more than buying a single ticket to the Green Day concert this weekend. But I'm holding out. I'll wait till the day of. Maybe prices will go down. I don't know. And this doesn't. What is it? It is the U-Turn Orbit Plus. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about the U-Turn Orbit Plus. Today's sponsor is Charlton Heston's audiophile grade compressed air. When you want to make sure that you don't damage your expensive electronic equipment with any old compressed air and you want to clean out the dust and the dust bunnies, make sure you get some Charlton Heston's compressed air. It's got all the right nitrogen and oxygens in it, and it's not going to damage your stuff. It's only, I don't know, let's say $129.99. Charlton Heston's compressed air. It's going to be linked in the description, okay? Limited run. You better pick them up while you can. U-Turn Orbit Plus. U-Turn is a really cool company. They're based out of Woburn, Massachusetts, which is just north of Boston, a little ways. Steve, please don't get upset. We're not talking about the Red Sox. We're talking about audiophile turntables, whatever you want to say. Great city. Spent a little time there when I was stationed out in Newport, Rhode Island, and I'm not welcome back in Fenway Park anymore. So you can get a variety of turntables from U-Turn, including the Orbit Basic, the Orbit Plus, as you see right here, the Orbit Special, and the Orbit Custom, which means you can kind of pick it out, choose what you want. So this one comes with the Ortophon OM5E cartridge. The Orbit Basic comes with an Audio-Technica cartridge. I don't know, some fly-by-night outfit overseas. Audio-Technica. You can get the Grado Black 3 cartridge. You can get the Ortophon 2M Red or the 2M Blue cartridge. Grado. I actually want to hear that cartridge. They're also based out of Boston. Just kidding! Right now, heads are exploding across all 5 boroughs. No. Grado is based out of Brooklyn, New York. It's another fine United States of America's companies. You can also add a Q arm, little lever. I don't have one on this one, but you can add one. Or you can add a preamp, phono preamp to anything you want. So all of their different tables have the same tone arm, which has a gimbal, very, very good, has anti-skating stuff inside it, so it's great. But it's the same across all the different tables. You can upgrade to an acrylic platter. The Plus already comes with it. This one's in white. It's very nice white. Very simple. On the front, on the top, you have on and off, and then you have your tone arm over there, and then you just put it on the record, and it makes it play. And you have the 2 pulley system. So for a 45, it's the larger pulley. For a regular old LP 33, it's the upper pulley. So I've spent some time with the Orbit Plus, the Fluence RT83, which I own personally, and the Andover Spin Deck, which is a project turntable. I've been having a blast. Last 3 days, the only thing I've been listening to, well, I can't say only. The last 3 days, the majority of my listening has all been through vinyl. Out of the box, I had the Orbit Plus playing records in about 5 minutes. The tone arm comes pre-balanced from the factory, but if you ever need to adjust it, there's an adjustable weight on the back. The only thing I had to do was put the platter on it, put the felt pad on top of the platter, and then put the belt around it. And they give you another belt too. It has a very minimalist and clean look, very sleek looking. Looks like it's made in Europe, but it's not. It's made in the US, in Woburn, Massachusetts. Build quality is pretty good. So the hinges on the back here don't have any springs in them, so if you now I have this one kind of leaned up so that you can see it better out there on the internet. When it's flat, it actually stays up, and it's staying up right now. But since there's no springs, if you like tap it, it's going to come and sandwich you, get you like a mousetrap. So just be careful. Make sure when you put it up, you set it all the way back, and when you bring it down gently, and then lay it on the top like you should. The finish is very pretty. It's kind of got like an orange peely look to it. It's just, it looks good. It is sleek, it's solid, and it's simple. Say that 5 times really fast. I bet you can't. Sleek, solid, simple. It's sleek, solid. See, when you say it's at the beginning, it messes everything up. You can say it is sleek, solid, and simple. But saying it's sleek, solid, and simple, I guess you can say it. So how does it sound? It sounds really good. So out of the 3 tables, 2 of them have the same cartridge, which is the Ortofon OM5E. The other table, the Fluence, has the Ortofon 2M Red. I didn't hear a ton of difference between those two. They're both very revealing, I guess. Now, to be fair, I don't have a ton of time with a bunch of other cartridges, but they're very detailed, very clear. How it sounds is also going to depend on what type of phono stage you have going into your amp, what kind of amp you have, what kind of speakers you have. But all things equal, I was running this through, well, a variety of amps. I was running this through the Emotiva PT1. It's their new preamp, going through the A2. Also through a variety of realistic vintage receivers, which I seem to have been buying a lot of lately. I was also using the Sony SSCS5s as well as the Polk R100s to test this out. Both of those speakers are pretty revealing speakers. I heard just as much detail and clarity out of the Orbit Plus as I did out of any high-res track on Tidal or Amazon Music. I love it. It's awesome. I wish it had better hinges, but that literally better hinges, that's my gripe. And a Q arm. But if you want a Q arm, you can Q lever, whatever you want to call it, you can get it on their website. I've just been having so much fun playing records. I don't know what it is, really. Because when I grew up, I mean, that was at the tail end of records when they were ubiquitous. And I had a record player. I had to tape a quarter to the top of the cartridge, I guess, to make sure that it didn't like just fall off the place. But it was like cassettes were a thing, and then CDs were big when I was growing up. So I never had this big vintage experience growing up. Yes, we had a record player. Yes, my parents had a bunch of records and stuff. But personally, I didn't experience music really through vinyl until later on in life, like recently, really. I have to say that I enjoy it thoroughly. There's something about pulling a record out of the sleeve, looking at the larger artwork, putting it on something, and then ever so delicately putting the needle into the record, or the stylus, as some people like to say. When I'm listening for pleasure, just for my own personal enjoyment, and the only thing I have to do is sit and listen, I'm listening to vinyl. U-Turn is a great company. I think they've sold over 100,000 turntables. It started by a couple, 2 or 3 younger guys. One of them, I think in the pictures, they have a really good website. One of them has a ponytail, which is pretty cool. You can pull that off because he's skinny. I couldn't do that. If I had a ponytail, I would look like, I don't know, like a out of shape, somebody that, like Aquaman after he just had back surgery and he can't move around for a long time and he's gotten into the Oreos more than once. That's what I would look like if I had a ponytail. But we're not talking about ponytails, we're talking about turntables. And I think what U-Turn has going on with affordable turntables is a complete breath of fresh air. It is getting more people into the hobby. It is getting more people into vinyl. It's not intimidating. The table is simple. You put a record on, you put the thing on it, the stylus, tone arm. Don't put the tone arm, just put the tone arm with the stylus at the end of the tone arm onto the vinyl record. And then press on, or you can press on and then put it, either way, it's going to play music. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. There is some competition out there through Fluence, through Project, but really Andover, but great product, great company. I'm highly recommending this. It's a ton of fun, and you can get like a whole bunch of different colors. Green, actually, I want the green one now. I was looking at them, I'm like, I want the green one. Because I don't know, it's different, but they're very cool looking. This is going to look at home in anybody's modern lifestyle living room apartment. It looks great. Okay? If you're clean and you have a very nice apartment that's picked up and there's not kids' toys everywhere, it's going to look great. If you have kids' toys all over the floor, it's going to look great too. Actually, this will probably be the cleanest part of your house, the U-turn. So you can make sure you have all your cables managed in your stereo, and then maybe that can be like your Zen place. That's actually the one last place in your house that's clean because of all the children. It's a fantastic product. Highly recommend it. And I'm really excited to see what U-turn is coming out with next. I think they also have a phono amp. You can also buy a record weight on there, which I was having a good time talking to my friends about. Record weight, you put it on top there in the middle. So if you want to support the channel, you can like the video and subscribe. You can also purchase things through my links in the description. I'll link the Orbit, although I don't have a affiliate relationship with them, so I won't get anything, but please go buy the Orbits. Orbit Plus, it's awesome. Orbit Custom, make your own. It'll be a lot of fun. Or you can sign up for Amazon Music HD for free. Actually, it's not Amazon Music HD, it's just Amazon Music, but it includes HD. You can also sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/cheapaudioman. Every Sunday night we have patron-only Zooms. Last Sunday night, we talked about turntables and cartridges and elliptical and conical styluses and the differences therein. It was a lot of fun. Also, we're doing a raffle right now, summer raffle. CSS Audio reached out to me and wanted to do a raffle this summer. They're putting up a pair of Crichton 1TDs. I'm putting up a bunch of stuff, and some of the viewers are putting up a bunch of stuff. Link in the description. Click on the link. You'll go to Homes for Our Troops, which is the charity that we're supporting. Great veterans organization. Give you all the details. You can donate whatever it is and raise some money for some deserving veterans. So don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Binge listen to your favorite vinyl records on your U-turn Orbit Plus and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm that cheap audio man.